currently, are you involved in a relationship, or how are things with you in that area at this present time?
Did you get your happy ending? That's what we want to know. Like, guys, something good got to happen to you, man.
So my ending right is me with myself, doing everything that I'm doing. I have not met Mr. Right. No, I have not. I have dated, and I'm really just enjoying my single life.
Good.
Yeah. Because when I say he got to come with the whole package, I'm not helping do nothing. I can't fill out no application for you. I can't do anything, sir. So you just got to have it together. So
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Check all the boxes and
yeah.
your own stuff. Hi, I'm Gloria Altania.
And I'm Betty Bima.
And we're here with Ebony Smith, and we are doing a little talk about Ebony's book.
Her new book, Breaking Out the Jail I Built. She built that jail, y'all. How you doing, Ebony?
Fabulous, fabulous. How are you ladies doing today?
We're doing good. We're hanging in there, you know? Thank you so much for doing this interview with us. You're a true survivor because we actually, Gloria and I, read this book together. And we couldn't believe the scenarios you were in. I know you were pretty upset. Really?
Oh man, yes. Every page I was like, oh, all of it was just building up. It was just building up, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I was pretty upset. I was like, some parts I had to stop reading for a second and regather.
Yeah.
My sister's like, finish the sentence.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I want to ask you about your background.
Not only am I the author of Breaking Out the Jail That I Built, but I'm also the founder of Freebirds. It's a nonprofit organization designed to help victims of domestic violence become survivors. I am in the process of opening up a safe house here in the state of California. I'm just going to say the state of California, the location is undisclosed.
Right.
I am also working on another project with opening up a healing shop here in Sacramento, California, because I reside here in Sacramento, and a lot of my followers, are here in Sacramento, and they get in touch with me here in Sacramento and want to go to the healing shops that I go to. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just open up one here in Sacramento.
What is a healing shop?
What is a healing shop?
So it is a metaphysical shop where you can go and get crystals and sage, incense, find meditation techniques, things like that. The reason why I was drawn to do that is because while I was in my healing process, breaking out the jail that I built, I frequented numerous healing shops, and my crystals were my best friends, and meditation was something that really helped me. So I find that a lot of people are interested in it because it helped me so much. But I live here in Sacramento. I'm from the Bay Area, Vallejo, California. And not only do I have all of these things going on with my own brand, but I also work for the state of California.
Yeah.
And I have 3 beautiful children.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's just me here trying to make it do what it do. Yeah. Try to inspire as many people as I can and raise my family.
Yeah, inspire, inform, and help people. Mm-hmm. I love that.
So you mentioned your mother and your brother in the book. I'm wondering, do you have male role models in your life, or did you grow up with a father figure when you were coming up?
Well, I had a stepfather who he's still married to my mom now, but we didn't have a close relationship. So no, I really didn't. It was.
Did that affect you?
I would say, I think I know it did. I know it did. And, you know, I've even spoke to my mom about that because he wasn't there for her children. He was really just there for her. So he was just in the house with us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Talk about that, but, you know, I didn't want to put their business in the book, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And you did a good job of that. Like, all of the people that you named in the book were fictional names, correct?
Correct.
And we noticed you use names. Is it okay for me to say the names, or
Fine.
okay, like Flavio and
Santiago,
Diablo? It seemed like they kind of lean towards the Spanish, Latino, Hispanic crowd. Was there a reason for that?
Well, because every time I watch these like Spanish, Latino movies are always crazy. It's always some crazy stuff going in those movies. And I feel like, you know, my life was like a movie in a sense.
Yeah, and the crazy telenovela.
I also, you know, with the Hispanic names, like tried to, you know, because Diablo, he is, the meaning is the devil. And you know, Diablo was the devil. And Flavio is a handsome, you know, type of guy. So I tried to, do it like that. And when I did my launch party, I actually had a Latino come and introduce me at my book launch party. So the readers who were there were able to catch on to it.
When we opened up the book and we started reading and you were painting the picture for us, it was really well done. In the beginning, we had a really good description in our minds. And we were wondering, what were you cooking? When you and your friend, when you guys were
she's talking about this
in the beginning.
I don't want to give away too much of the book, but there's specific questions that we have that was churning in our minds while we were reading this book. And we was like, when Santiago pulled up, what was he cooking? I mean, what were you cooking?
It was actually a Hispanic dish. I was making tacos and Spanish rice.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, that sounds good.
The first time Santiago told you the news, and you went to the doctor, I was wondering why he didn't go with you. Was it like a choice that you made, or did he? Yeah. Why did he not go?
At the time, it wasn't anything that we thought about. I didn't even think about, he should come with me. I just knew that I needed to go, and I don't know if he was working, but I didn't ask him to go with me because I was that upset is what it was. Like, I think I was just that upset. I didn't want him anywhere near me, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't even be in the same house with him.
Yeah.
Right.
And that right there, I mean, okay, we don't want to give away the book too much because we do want people to go out and get the book to get these details. But in that scenario, like just 18 months of your life being in jeopardy like that, how were you able to put yourself in the mindset to like date other people, talk to other people? Because I know you had like different partners throughout that experience.
The partners that I did have, they were aware of the situation. So, I was forthcoming. They knew.
Whoa, okay. Well, that solves a lot of the questions during that whole part of the book right there. Okay.
So, okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. So after you found out your health choices, after all that happened, what lifestyle changes did you make after finding out those results of the final test?
I can say at that moment, I didn't make any good lifestyle changes. I went straight into party scene. I'm single after I have not been single for so long. So it was a really reckless lifestyle, that change that I made.
Would you say, were you were you depressed? Do you feel like you were depressed and maybe you wasn't aware of it at the time?
Now, looking back on it, I know that I was depressed. I was trying to find ways to cope, but take my mind away from what just happened. So yeah, I was definitely depressed.
Wow. Okay.
And so, you know, I was not dealing with what was going on. I was masking it in every way possible.
Okay.
And if someone was like, now that you've been through that experience and knowing that, you know, you didn't realize what you were in at the time, what would you advise somebody who was in a relationship, you know, that was kind of tumultuous? Like, what would you tell them as far as going forward with dating and like inviting people into their lives?
To seek counseling, that there's nothing wrong with going to counseling. Because for me at the time, counseling there was a stigma. Therapy was a stigma from what I knew, because there was nothing wrong with me. Like, I can get through this by myself. But I would definitely advise for them to seek some medical help, and there's nothing wrong with it. And then also, I would advise them to reach out to people and speak to other people. It's okay, because there's millions of people out here facing the same challenges as you are. Yeah. So then, if you just don't know what challenges those people are facing, no matter what wall they put up.
Because it feels like when you're in a situation that it just seems like no one will understand, you know? So that's to hear that there are other people out there, and like there's a community of people that you can possibly like rely on and seek to help in that situation. So that's good to know for sure.
Because now after doing so much research and all of that stuff, I learned that how many people just like you and you would never know. I mean, never know just by looking at them, who are going through the same thing.
Now we're gonna get to something a little bit juicy.
Okay.
So now, by the way, so after that relationship, which would you say was that like your high school sweetheart, or like was that some kind of young adult sweetheart or something like that?
It was a adult sweetheart, and I didn't like where the time frame was, because so the readers, people who knew me and these people, couldn't put like, that was what you call it? That was what you call it? What you talking about? So, but yeah, it was a young adult relationship.
Oh, okay. So you kind of slid into the other pool after him, and you had a sample of the lady pool, right?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Now, was that something that you see yourself like now? That is something that's a part of your life, or was it more of like something you was just testing the waters with at that time?
At the time, I would say that it was something I was testing the waters with. I mean, now that I'm older, I still go to the strip club. I do find women attractive.
Party.
However, me being in a relationship with a woman is something that I absolutely do not want, not desire. But I stepped out into that arena because like she was giving me something that I needed, that companionship that I was so used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay.
So, Camilla, in your book, why do you think that things escalated
so quickly?
Yeah, the way that they did.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was like first you guys were chilling, and then all of a sudden it just went kind of chaotic. Why did it escalate so fast, in your opinion? And do you regret how it ended?
So I believe that it escalated so fast because her intentions were always that. Because I have friends who we see each other all the time, and they know they knew how I was getting down, but they would never be like, I want to try it too. But she straight off the back was like, I want to try it. No, it's because you've done this before. You've been having feelings. You just didn't know how to approach me and say anything about it.
Yeah.
I do regret the fact that we even went there and had relations, because it ended really, really ugly. And I think it ended so ugly because we both had these expectations of each other, but we were also dealing with other people. So we could not mix the friendship with the relationship, and it was just too much. And yeah, I learned that, and that's one reason why I would never want to deal with a female. They're just so emotional. In the sense of, having a relationship and having sex with them. Mm-hmm.
Right. And so there was a part where your life was threatened. And it actually caused you to make some changes in your life as a result of that.
Mm-hmm.
What about that was so threatening to you? Like, because sometimes you're just chilling, people on the phone, they'll say certain things, call you names, but you probably won't take it as serious. Was there something that we don't know that's not in the book that made you take that threat serious?
Well, because the way that it went down was really crazy. I went in her house and I beat her up pretty bad. And so, she was gonna go hard with letting her family know that, they have to get me back because now she was exposed. Whereas me, myself, I was open about it. Like, it is what it is. And this is why it is what it is. So she was gonna do whatever she could to try. She knew too much about my business because we were too close. She knew where I worked, and I had never been in a situation where anybody was calling me and threatening me, because I felt like, well, this is between me and her. Like, I didn't have anybody like calling her and threatening her. Like, why are you guys taking this so serious? Why are you keep continuing to harass me like this? But it's because of the fact that her business was getting out, that she wasn't owning up to.
Yeah. Girl.
Yeah. And I noticed while reading in your book, you mentioned a few times that when somebody did something to you, like, you had the urge to kind of go back and revenge on them. I wouldn't say revenge, but it's like, okay, you're gonna mess with me, then I got something better for you. Mm-hmm. What made you want to just go and do that instead of just leaving it where it was?
Because I was emotionally involved. Oh. I had an emotional attachment. I was angry too, Yeah. I just doing what they wanted, to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
So did you feel like you were being a doormat? Did you feel like you were being played by everyone?
I did feel like, Santiago definitely for sure, because I had no idea. Camila, it was more of because she's doing this, because I was never ever like gay. I always knew I wanted to be with a man, but I had tried this with her. However, she still wanted to be with me all the time. I want to be with a man. So it was like she would do things to try to upset me or make me angry. Like, I don't know what to call it, because I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, but just like, she would do things on purpose to like get under my skin and irritate me. So
wow.
Yeah. Okay, so like moving down the timeline, with your dating history and everything, you dated Diablo, right? So
did we skip one of them though? Was it Javier?
Oh, Javier, yes.
Yeah, Javier.
Okay. And Javier, let me see, which one was that one? Javier? Was he the one? Which one was Javier again? Because there's
Javier was the one who had the baby mama and Didnt.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, I'm sorry, but that had us on fire. Okay, yeah. So he was the fine one, right? He was fine, right?
That was Flavio.
Okay, So, but Javier, you met in the store? Who's the one you met? Flavio. Okay, I get a little confused. Okay, so I'm wondering, that's the girl that was harassing you, right?
Mm-hmm. No, so Javier had the one who was harassing me, who wouldn't leave me alone. And then there was Flavio after.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess Javier doesn't stand out in my head because it's mainly Flavio and Diablo, and Santiago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those stand out. It's interesting. But let me ask you something. Are those the only relationships you had during this span of time that you wrote in the book?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought maybe you handpicked certain relationships that you were gonna like kind of write.
No, only relationships that I've had. However, some things did. That's just really was scratching the surface. Every detail did not get put in.
Okay. Is there a reason for that? Like, is it
every single detail? Because it was just so much. It was so much.
You was like, that is too much to cover. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like a synopsis, like, just give them a little bit so that they can understand.
Mm-hmm. Was there some kind of, as you're writing this book, was there some kind of doubt in your mind that said, oh my God, some people I know are going to read this book and they're going to know stuff about me? Did you have any doubt in your mind about putting this information out?
I did not. I didn't have any doubt at all. I felt, for me, it was a part of me writing the book and sharing my story with others was also a part of my healing. Even when I do my domestic violence advocacy and all that, it's a part of my healing, because I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm 100% like, completely healed. I'm good, you know what I'm saying? But that's me doing that. It did help me heal.
Okay. And what does healing look like to you?
Say that again.
What does healing look like to you?
So the healing for me is just helping others, being of service to others, loving myself, letting other people know that they have to choose them first, not settling for anything mediocre, everything about being a free bird, live for you and only you, things like that.
Okay. And you had something you were saying, because all throughout the book you kept saying one thing about her not selling for mediocre. What was that?
Oh man, I forgot what exactly I said, but I was just like, to me, as we were reading, it seemed like, you were just like settling, like with Diablo, because I was just like, you're worth more than that, and so like I was just rooting for you to like not pick those men and those certain friends and the women, and like just focus on you. I was just like really rooting, and I would get like, man, why did you like with Diablo, when you went with your friends and you guys picked them up and you knew you didn't like him, but you gave him a chance anyway. Like, I know like when you're hurting and stuff like that, like things, you just do things. But I was just really like, man, by this time, like, why did you choose to go that route?
Yeah, it was because I didn't want to be alone, not realizing I needed to be alone. I needed to take some time for Ebony to figure out why it is, after the situation with Santiago, like, why did I continue to choose wrong? Like, how did I even allow these people to come in and play me like this? And yeah, he was, I had fun with him, ready to party at first.
Yeah.
The turn up was real. He had a loan money, and I was like, all right, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
This is where, yeah.
Go ahead, girl.
And I was just going to ask, what were some of the things what were some of the things that you did and noticed when you started to really lose yourself? When you noticed
My self-worth when I was with Diablo. I didn't realize it, in the past relationship. It was with Diablo that I realized, like, I really just, I'm not Ebony anymore. That's when I realized it, with everything that I was going through with that man and just even staying with him, I knew I had lost myself. When it came to the relationships that I was ruining with my family and my closest friend, because of him, I had lost myself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for the listeners, the viewers, and the future readers, Diablo, the devil, he's the one who actually brought domestic violence into your life. Like, you were a victim of domestic violence. Are you able to notice the signs of someone who can potentially be that type of person now that you've gone through that experience?
Yes, I am able to notice the controlling ways that they display, the mood swings, because since Diablo, even though I had my time to myself, I have dated. And I did notice with the people that I was dating that those are red flags. Like, what you got an attitude for, bruh? Like, I mean, we're not even together. Like, so it's things like, just.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, young women out here dating, what kind of advice would you give them? Like, that's a no-no. If he does these things, for sure, you need to escape that relationship from the get-go.
If he wants to know where you are all the time, if he wants to know who you're on the phone with all the time, who calling you, or he's just listening to your conversations, or, he wants you to be with him 24/7. I mean, I know when we first get with a boo, we want to spend as much time with him as we can, but not even wanting to, making it an issue for you to go hang out with your girls sometimes. Like, I'm with you all the time. Why wouldn't I be able to go hang out with my friends or with my family? Those are some of the initial signs that I would notice. And raising your voice.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in a relationship myself or a situationship, something. But I've been in a situation with someone where I thought that it represented that they loved me more or they liked me more because, they want to spend more time with me. They want to talk to me all day. Like, they want to know what I'm doing. They're so involved in my life. Like, they really, are into me. They dig me.
No.
I mean, so I wonder, how do you tell apart, like, someone who is actually, like, caring for you versus someone who is, like, they're on the road to, just catastrophic, effect?
And then I would just say, too, it's the lifestyle, me, that I would notice that they have. The people, their friends, how the people that they hang around treat their significant other.
So, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Throughout this whole time, you didn't have kids. When you, the events that took place in this book, you didn't have kids, right?
I did. I just didn't mention it.
Hold up. What? So you had kids throughout all these experiences, or really?
Yes, I did have kids. It was just me not mentioning them was because I, didn't want my readers to be able to pinpoint, but shoot, I mean, it is what it is. I had kids. My oldest is 18.
Okay.
19.
So were they, let me know if I'm going too far. Okay. But did they witness all the stuff that happened to you, or were they pretty much blind to it?
They did. When the things were taking place with Diablo, they definitely did. And that was another reason for me why it had to, I had to realize, like, I got to put my kids first, because my kids got involved. They got involved a few times.
And you wanted to, I think that would have been real impactful for people to know, because I feel like people wouldn't even imagine that, you know, people who are mature or have kids already would even be going through this. They would probably feel like those people went through that in their earlier adult stages, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
That changes my whole like perception of the book now, because at first it was kind of like, you know, a college age individual who's having fun, dating around, trying to, you know, find her partner. And now I see it as someone that was looking for love in all the wrong places. Like, it's a little bit more of a mature messaging. Wow.
It definitely was. So just looking for love in all the wrong places. And like I said, there was a reason why I didn't mention my kids, why I changed the names and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So that we can't identify who these people are.
Yes. Okay.
So, currently, are you involved in a relationship, or how are things with you in that area at this present time?
Did you get your happy ending? That's what we want to know. Like, guys, something good got to happen to you, man.
So my ending right is me with myself, doing everything that I'm doing. I have not met Mr. Right. No, I have not. I have dated, and I'm really just enjoying my single life, you know? Yeah, because when I say he got to come with the whole package, I'm not helping do nothing. I can't fill out no application for you. I can't do anything, sir. So you just got to have it together. So
Yes.
Yep.
Check all the boxes and your own stuff.
Yeah, because she kept saying stuff like, why is she? There was one part where you was like, all I had to do was go to work and cook.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, girl, you're already doing too much.
I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm happy you're like, nope. All the boxes checked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm just enjoying, I'm happy right now.
Good.
Enjoying everything, that's all the blessings that are just keep coming down. I know he gonna come.
Yeah.
I know.
He gonna come when you rich and on like this level and stuff. And then what you gonna do then? Now you gotta see if he real. But he not day one now, you know? So what you gonna do then? How you gonna filter these men out when you rich, because these books are selling out at the stores?
I know that God gonna give me the filter I need.
Yeah.
Exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I've been out.
I have a question though. Like, are you gonna make this are you gonna continue writing books and putting out stuff? Because I want to know what happens in the next phase. Like, I really want. This is like a Lifetime movie. I'm like, what's gonna happen next, man?
Yes, so I do have a book that I plan on releasing at the end of this year. And I'm saying the end of this year because I'm currently writing on it now. And with the way that book just came together, and I know what I'm doing, because when I wrote that book, that's my first book, I had no idea what I was doing. But everything just fell into place by the grace of God. So now that I got a little insight, there has to be, I feel like there has to be a follow-up for the book, because I do want to go back in and just reiterate a few things, you know, when it comes to certain situations that happen. And not only that, just talk about what it is to be a free bird after you broke out the jail.
Oh yeah, that's definitely great. That's good.
Yeah. And did you have a mentor or some guidance to write your book? Because everything's professional about it, you know? I wouldn't say that I had a mentor. I just did a lot of research. I read a lot of books. And I just prayed about it. Wow.
Nice. So you found like the publisher and everything, like.
Yeah, what I did is I interviewed a few self-published authors, as well as because I was thinking about going through like the big publishing process with the big publishing companies. But then I was like, oh, that's gonna be a little too much. I don't have all the rights to my book, and I knew that I wanted all the rights, everything.
Yeah.
I have to, I started interviewing those authors, and I got linked up with Confessions Publishing, and the woman who helped me, she's an evangelist and she's doing God's work. So it's like everything, I was put in the right place, and I told her exactly how I wanted things to be in my book, and she was like, oh, I don't think that's right. I said, well, this is what I mean, I'm paying you. So she really let me do what I wanted to do while giving her professional insight as well.
Yeah.
But that's the most important thing, where someone just gives you that freedom to be
Yep.
and create.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can definitely say that your book is definitely a page turner. I enjoyed reading it, and I do recommend everybody going out and reading your book. And I can't wait for the part 2 sequel. Follow. Yeah.
And what's the overall message you want readers to take away from your book, out of all the drama?
The overall message is to choose you first. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're less than who you really are. Remember that you matter. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Ebony, for this interview. It's been wonderful speaking with you. We are going to have this book on our platform, so look forward to it.
Yeah, and we're happy that you're doing well.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you. Thank you.
Are we recording? Oh, hey, it's Betty Bima. If you would like a copy of Breaking Out the Jail I Built by Ebony A.N. Smith, go to Amazon.com right now.